I am alive. Yes. Thank you, StreamYard, for telling me I'm alive. It's wonderful to know that there's somebody out there that can affirm that I'm alive. That there's Whoops. Somebody out there. As myself on my iPad just told me I was alive, but I forgot to turn the sound off. So I'm ready when you're ready. Reveal yourselves. Maybe not. Maybe there's not going to be anybody here today. That would be a first. It's always those couple of minutes, that you're so, you're wondering, oh boy, I didn't say much about what I was going to do because I didn't know what I was going to do. And it's going to be just as much of a surprise for you as it is for me. Ooh. There's 3 people. I think that includes me, though. Reveal yourselves, please. I just looked over on my subscriber thing, and it said 660. I'm so excited. I'm hoping all the technology is working. It seems to be. I can see myself on my iPad, and just let her rip. Hello, Patty Davidson. Thank you. Thank you for taking pity on me. And Cindy Banzoff, welcome. New names. Welcome, welcome. And Janice Glines. Hi, Janice. Good to see you. As always, thank you, ladies, for joining me this Sunday afternoon. It's 5 o'clock here in sunny Florida. The sun finally decided to show its face. We haven't seen the sun in quite some time, and I don't know where you all are from. I mean, I know where some of, well, I think Janice, I have an idea, but we've had some ripping storms here. A big one came flying through here last night. Actually, it lasted well, all day, all night, and into the afternoon. It's raining in Virginia. It's the same system, and it's a big one. We had a lot of rain, but a lot of wind. Whoa, a lot of wind, like tornado. I'm not, well, like hurricane type winds, 35, 40 mile an hour gusts. They had forecasted thunderstorms, which we didn't get any. And I guess there were tornado warnings up and down the coast. Yeah, you should get, yeah, it's a big system. If you go on the radar, it's huge. And it ripped down, it came up through the Gulf. And I guess they were talking about, it's an El Nino year. And El Nino years bring, more severe kind of wind conditions. And especially in Florida, apparently, which I didn't know. But yeah, it was nasty. It was very nasty and foggy. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I have like mishmash of things to do, nothing in particular. It's Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Societies from Canada, and an et al., a famous footnote abbreviation, and others. I love that. When you started using that, I wanted to use it, but I figured, no, I can't steal it. But it was such a brilliant idea to use the et al. I remember using et al. When I was doing research papers, when you're doing the old footnotes. Boy, the kids have it made now. It's so much easier for them to do footnotes than it was back in the day when I was doing research papers. I don't know how many of you are old and did research papers, but there was no, you had to, you were hand typing it. And then you put the piece of paper in, and you have to take a pencil and kind of put a little line at the bottom of the paper to leave room for your footnotes. And then when you were all done, you had to erase, the line. And yeah, now Google Word, you just tell them what type of footnote you want, and it automatically formats it for you. And whether you want to do Chicago style or MLA style or AP style, it'll automatically format the footnote for you. It's just amazing. Anyway, well, let's read. And then I have something else I want to read. And I know Chris and Janice and Let It Rip. Just let her. I love that, Patty. That's so cool. Just let her rip. I think it's hysterical. And Cindy, I have something else I'd like to read, but it is definitely X-rated, and I will clean it up. But let's do something wholesome and clean from our good buddy Robert Fulghum. And again, we don't have much left to read in here. For the new folks, I usually start out my Sunday streams with a little. I read an essay from this he is a minister, and it's a very older book, and it's called "All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten." So this book has been around forever, and we've almost read the entire book throughout the year. So let me just. Yeah, and I don't really look at it until I go streaming, and there's only a couple left in here that we have not seen. And last week was I don't know if anybody. Okay. Last week's I thought was hysterical. That was the one. Anybody in here remember? It was the one about the dead end street, and he was lamenting about the fact that at the top of the hill. There was a big sign that said "dead end," no throughway or whatever, and it would always amaze him how many people would come down and come right up to the sign and read it, even though it said up on the highway that it was dead end. People would still come down. It was almost like looking at the sign up on the highway, and it said dead end. Somehow people thought, well, that didn't mean them. Somehow that dead end did not apply to them. And they drove down the hill, down to the dead end where there's a cul-de-sac. And he said typically that when they would turn around and they would speed up, they would speed out of there like they were kind of embarrassed. And I thought that was a very awesome observation. Raccoons. Let's read raccoons. There is a 24/7 YouTube channel that just follows raccoons, and it's an abandoned house where they have set up cameras, and I guess obviously the owner is allowing them to do this, or maybe one of the people filming owns this house. And Raccoon Saloon, yes, it is. I mean, every once in a while I take a peek in. I love it when they have all these neat little things. The raccoons love the mushrooms, and it's got a living room, and they've got toys, and then it's crazy. I mean, let's read about raccoons. Let's see what Robert Fulghum has to say about raccoons. This is about love and a house. Interesting. I once lived in an elderly lakeside cottage built at the end of the road at the end of the 19th century, a summer place for a family who traveled by horse and buggy out from Seattle through deep woods and over steep hills on logging trails. It was wild there then, and it is wild there still. The house sat off the ground on bricks, surrounded by thickets of blackberry bushes and morning glory vines bent on a struggle to the death. And even though it's only minutes now from downtown, squirrels, rabbits, feral pussycats, and things I never saw but only heard had long established squatters' rights on the property. And raccoons. We had raccoons, big ones, Several. For reasons known only to God and the hormones of raccoons, they choose to mate underneath my house every spring. And for reasons known only to God and the hormones of raccoons, they chose to mate underneath my house at 3 a.m. Until you have experienced raccoons mating underneath your bedroom at 3 in the morning, you have missed one of life's most sensational moments. It is an uncommon event, to say the least. If you've ever heard cats fighting in the night, you have a clue. Magnify the volume and the intensity by 10, and it's not what you'd call a sensual or erotic sound. More like a 3 alarm fire is what it is. I remember the first time it happened. Since conditions were not really conducive to sleep, I got up. When I say I got up, I mean I got up about 3 feet, straight up, covers and all. When I had recovered my aplomb and adjusted to the new adrenaline level, I got a flashlight and went outside and peered under the house. This lady raccoon and her suitor were squared off in a corner, fangs bared, covered with mud and blood, not looking very sexy at all. Neither my presence nor the beam of the light could override what drove them on. With snarls and barks and screams, the passionate encounter raged on. While I watched, the matter was finally consummated and resolved. They had no shame. What had been done was done, and they wandered off in a kind of glazy-eyed stupor to groom themselves for whatever might come in the next life of a raccoon. I sat there in the rain, my light still shining into the trysting chamber, and I pondered, why is it that love and life so often have to be carried forth with so much pain and strain and mess? I ask you, why is that? I was thinking of my own sweet wife in the bed right above me and our own noises of conflict mixed with affection. I wondered what the raccoons must conclude from the sounds a husband and wife make at night, the ones that sound like, if you really loved me, you would not keep making such a mess in the bathroom. Followed up by, oh, yeah, well, let me tell you a few things. Why isn't love easy? I don't know. And the raccoons don't say. So there you go, raccoon love. Hi, Barbara and Andrea and Julie. I think I got everything. Boy, he's a raccoon voyeur. Yes, he is. Yes, well put. So we can check off raccoons as read. Check raccoons. Well, I don't have to write raccoons. I just have to check read. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We all must do what we must. Hi, Gail. Good to see you. So, yes, let me put this away for now. And so I'm going to finish up a couple of these while we can chat. I can read chat. I made a lot of Christmas cards over the week, and this was the last batch from May Ken, or maybe she can. No, she's amazing. May Ken. May made it. She takes, a limited amount of cardstock. And in this one video that I watched, she made 88 cards. Yeah. Well, not really. Almost conclude with our, sex talk for the day. I'm going to read this other thing in a minute. That is, I've read it to the ladies in the chat group, I think last year. And maybe some of you have had this, are familiar with it. But anyway, I just have a couple of these to do. And I've been trying to figure out a way of handling the perforated less toilet paper. And Gail did some research, and apparently Charmin has done that on purpose, has created a toilet paper that is not perforated, and it's really annoying. And then I don't know, did you say that they were coming up with some sort of thing that you can buy that is that you can put on your toilet roll thing that will cut the toilet roll thing or something. Was ridiculous. And So this is what I did, being a crafter and somewhat of a, I have, the water. Oh, I thought you were the one. That's true. You've heard it's bad manners to do it under someone's house. This is true. So this was one of her, she made 80 cards, literally 80 cards out of not that much cardstock. And this was the last one. And I'm going to send these, well, probably it's too late now, but there'll be postcards for next year. I'm almost done with them. But so with the toilet paper conundrum, what I did was I took one of those watercolor brushes, the ones that you put water in. And you know how you can use water to cut napkins? You wet around an area in a napkin that you want to cut out of a napkin. So now I have one of those water brushes in my bathroom on the toilet paper roll thing. So when I pull out the toilet paper, I have the water brush thing, and I just squirt water across it, and then I tear and then it pulls the paper off. Otherwise, I forget, and you go to pull the toilet paper off the roll, and all of a sudden you've got 20 feet of toilet roll paper that you don't need. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They can go out anytime. Well, on Saturday, I have a service from the Postal Service that tells you what's going to be delivered and what's in your mailbox. If you don't want to walk out to your mailbox, or if your mailbox is down the road, it's a great service. It's free. You just go to the United States Postal Service and you can sign up for it. And I can't remember the name of it. You've Got Mail. No, that's a movie, You've Got Mail. But it'll tell you. So I determined that I looked at it, and it looked like my mail had not been delivered that day. Yeah, a pair of scissors. I could do that. It's hard to cut toilet paper, though. It's kind of soft and mushy. So, but I was waiting for stamps. I had ordered stamps, and I didn't have enough stamps. So I went out to the post office, and I put in the mail the international ones, because I had some of those, the Poinsetta, the international stamps. So I had a couple of cards that were going over to London and some to Canada. And so I put those in the mailbox. And when I went out to the mailbox, my stamps had been, okay, apparently there was a new type of, well, that's not this one. And well, they forgot to perforate these. Hi, Safia. We're still obsessing about the toilet paper. So I came back in the house, and I figured, maybe I can get all these stamps on. But alas, I missed the post guy. But the international ones went out. The local ones didn't. So they'll go out tomorrow. So, and I don't know. But I made all of them, and I made almost all of the envelopes too. I know. People want to know, why would you do that? Well, I don't know. I like doing it. That's why. Keeps me out of trouble, making, Now, last week I made the 3D ones, the pop-up ones, but I only made about 6 of those. And the others were May Ken ones that are, they're nice. They're definitely handmade. When I finish this, then I'm going to read the other thing that's X-rated. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. That's what it's called. Informed delivery. Thank you. Thank you. It's a great service. So if you look, you can see that it's just junk mail. So why bother? You know, now my post office, my mailbox is not very far. Maybe it's, I don't know, 25 feet from my front door. But a lot of days I won't go out there. I won't bother because it's all junk mail. But some people have a hike to their mailbox. When I lived on the farm, when I lived on a farm, it was quite the hike to the mailbox. So it's a kind of a neat service. So these are kind of a neat kind of card where you cut them on an angle. And hi, J Mac. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, and this design is, I would have, honestly, I would have never figured out how to do this if I hadn't been watching May Ken. But she's a really good a teacher. Her instructions are very clear and precise, and I think this particular video, I don't know whether, maybe it's from this year, I don't know, but they even provide a PDF with a picture of each card and with all the measurements. And she made 5 different cards, 80 cards in total. She made 80 cards, 5 different designs. And I made 2 of the designs, and this is one of the designs that she shared how to make. And this will be a nice postcard. And I have postcard postage because I almost used up all of my Christmas postage. Yeah, I'm intrigued by the wavy line, Gail. Are there people out there find current perforation or no perforation at all? Oh, I thought somebody had looked that up. Well, someone looked. I think Gail didn't we determine, I think, through extensive research, that the non-perforated toilet paper was not a mistake, that it was done on purpose? I mean, I don't have the packaging, but the next time I go to the store, I'm going to look to see whether that is marked so you have a choice if you don't want to buy toilet paper that's not perforated. And then we talked about the reference, with the Charmin, the bears from the expression. And I was asking, I wonder how many people around the world, understand that the reason why a bear is their mascot is because of that expression, or that proverbial question: do bears shit in the woods? And that's why they have these cute, cuddly bears. It was so you could buy the dispenser. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I can't believe that I'm the only one that. I'll have to look, and we'll have to do more research into the mystery of so you can buy the dispenser. Oh my God. Well, that makes sense, obviously. Well, I made a Christmas wish list. I've never done that before, but my friend Mo, she said, I don't know what to get you. And I said, I don't really want anything. Please, I don't know what to get you. You can't have nothing under the tree. So I'm going to their place for Christmas. And I said, okay, I'll go on Amazon and I'll do and it was fun. I went through all the arts and craftsy stuff, and I put together a wish list of various things from big, and she said, don't put little stuff, So I put a whole bunch of stuff, and it was fun. And now, I'll be surprised. what they'll get. I went from the Sue B scissors and all the way up to some collage books that I don't have, and because they were here on Thursday, and she sat down on the couch and she looked at my scrap box thing. She looked at all the stuff and she looked at me. She says, "Where do you get all of that stuff?" And I said, "I probably bought 90% of all of that stuff from Amazon." Oh, the bidet. Good day, bidet. Well, now there's like a portable bidet that you can you can attach to a regular toilet. I've never used a bidet, but when I lived in Mallorca, the school rented a pension as our dormitory in the small village of Daya up in the mountains of Mallorca. And because I had been the secretary to the professor that kind of put this whole thing together, I ended up with a private room and my own private bath. And in my private bath was a bidet. And I looked at it for a whole year and I never used it. There you go, a spray bottle. Yeah. So I'm sure if there's really fancy ones that probably blow dry your butt, after it spritzes you and then blow dries you. And yeah, I don't know. It just was another piece of porcelain in the bathroom, and I looked at it, never had any desire to use it, but it shared space with a regular toilet. But I was very fortunate to have my own. Nobody else did. Well, maybe they had hired some like counselors to live in the dorm with us. What a joke that was. But anyway, they probably had an ensuite. But it was nice. Yeah. Let's see. I once babysat some kids in the house, had one of those downstairs. Lou and the 4-year-old flooded the bathroom with it on my watch. Oh my God. Why shouldn't we be using that method? Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of paper. We talked about Sears Roebuck's catalogs, and my grandparents, they would get oranges and they would save the tissue paper that the oranges were wrapped in. My father was telling me this, and that's what they use for toilet paper until, they save those wrappers. Because I was talking about how rough the toilet paper was it was like wax paper when I was in London, but Safia has assured me that that's no longer the case. She said that or is it still a case in public? Oh, it was awful. It was scratchy. It was, yeah. And we're so spoiled when you think about it, right? We have this super soft toilet paper, and we have Kleenex tissues with lotion. Now, I don't really like the lotion on the Kleenex because when I'm blowing my nose, I'm holding onto my nose and it seems to slide off my nose. I don't know. Does that make sense? But you certainly don't want to buy cheap tissues when you have a cold. But you could take a roll of toilet paper and use that as your tissues for your cold. The only problem is I bought a big pack, a big bunch of this toilet paper because it was on sale. So, and I'm only one person, so it's going to take me a while to get rid of it. I'm afraid to. I've got a roll in the guest bathroom that's perforated, and hopefully that'll last a while, because if I have company and I'm out of the regular toilet paper, I'm going to have to explain it to them about the toilet paper. Okay. This is the last one. These are kind of cute. I'm using this instead of tape. I'm using this instead of glue because she did not advertise these as postcards, but that's really what they are. And they're about the right size. And I wanted to make some Christmas postcards. So when I finish this, then I want to read to you. And I have to show it to you too, because you have to see how beautifully it was put together. By my mother a long, long time ago. Actually, yeah. Okay, this is the last one. And then I think I'm going to do some watercolor abstract a la Denise Love from one of the watercolor cards from the watercolor boxes. I spent the morning trying to jelly plate print. Let's see, the top in the local hospital is not perforated. So you just rip it. I've been watching this jelly plate printer, and she was showing you how to print your own photos with a laser printer. And man, she made it look so easy. She really did. And I tried. And every time I put the black paint down on the jelly plate, just the right amount, put down the laser printed black and white photo, put it down, pulled it up. There was nothing on the plate. Nothing. And I did that over and over and over again. And then she even says, well, and then she shows you lots of times when she did that, nothing came up. Nothing came. She had the same thing. And then she said it all of a sudden started working. But she didn't say what she did. Let's see, Safia, maybe, but he pissed me off. We had a discussion about why a retractable dog leash was not a good idea, and he said it was going to buy one, but he said he was going to buy one anyway. Huh. I never thought about that. The thing that irks me the most is when you see these people here. They're in a golf cart, and they have some little tiny dog with little tiny legs, and they're in the golf cart, and that little dog is running to beat the band to keep up, as the owner is walking the dog, but the owner is riding in the golf cart, and the little dog is running like crazy to keep up. I think that's just cruel. I know. Very dangerous for the little dog. And inevitably, they're little dogs. So this gave me a dozen postcards, just like that. So, all right. So thank you. Put the those over here. Now, this is what my mother, and I know it's going to flash out, and I apologize for that. Let's see. And my camera. Let's see if I can't focus. Let's see. See what we having trouble with Amazon? Mean and dangerous, yes. So this is my mother made this. She typed it up with an old regular typewriter. And she put the date on it, December 14th, 1998. And I'm going to read it to you, and I'll clean it up. What's going on in chat sounds far more interesting. Someone got their Amazon privileges been revoked. Oh, Gail. Okay, I wouldn't want to cross Gail. No. Gail is maybe, but he pissed. Okay, someone pissed. I wouldn't want to piss Gail off. I don't know. It's explosion. Well, it could be my. Oh, Gail. Oh, Gail. You got gas in the car, Gail? What'd you do, Gail? Was it something for you that you didn't want? No, this is very intriguing. If someone in the middle. Yeah, you've canceled an order. Whoa. Okay, gotcha. All right. So now, ladies, do you want me to clean it up? I mean, I can clean it up to a point, and then I'm instead of saying fucking, I'm going to say effing, just so you know. All right. Okay, I'm just going to read it, and here's it goes, and then we'll do some more. But it's well worth. It's a holiday tradition. All right. Dearest John, I went to the door today and the postman delivered a partridge in a pear tree. What a thoroughly delightful gift. I couldn't have been more surprised. With deepest love and devotion, Agnes. December 15th. Dearest John, today the postman brought your very latest sweet gift. Just imagine, two turtle doves. I'm delighted at your thoughtful gift. They are adorable. All my love, Agnes. December 16th. Dear John, oh, aren't you the extravagant one? Now I really must protest. I don't deserve such generosity. 3 French hens. They are just darling, but I insist. You've been too kind. Love, Agnes. December 17th. Dear John, today the postman delivered 4 calling birds. Now, really, they're beautiful, but don't you think that's enough is enough? You're being too romantic. Affectionately, Agnes. Dear John, I guess my mother had. Dear December 18th. What a surprise. Today, the postman delivered 5 golden rings, 1 for every finger. You are just impossible, but I love it. Frankly, all these birds squawking were beginning to get on my nerves. All my love, Agnes. Dear John, when I opened the door, there were actually 6 geese laying on my front steps. So you're back to the birds again, huh? Those geese are huge. Where will I ever keep them? The neighbors are complaining and I can't sleep through the racket. Please stop. Cordially, Agnes. John, December 19th. What's with you and those fucking birds? 7 swans are swimming. What kind of goddamn joke is that? There's bird shit all over the house, and they never stop with the racket. I can't sleep at night, and I'm a nervous wreck. It's not funny. So stop with the effing birds. Sincerely, Agnes. December 20th. Okay, Buster. I think I prefer the birds. What the heck am I going to do with 8 maids milking? It's not enough with all those birds and 8 maids milking, but they had to bring their goddamn cows. There's shit all over the lawn, and I can't move in my house. Just lay off me, smartass. Agnes. December 21st. Hey, shithead. What are you? Some kind of sadist? Now there's 9 pipers playing, and Christ do they play. They never stopped chasing those maids since they got here yesterday morning. The cows are getting upset, and they're stepping all over those screeching birds. What am I going to do? The neighbors have started a petition to evict me. You'll get yours, Agnes. December 22nd. You rotten bastards. Now there's 10 ladies dancing? I don't know what I'd call those sluts. I don't know whether I'd call those sluts ladies. They've been bawling those pipers all night long, and now the cows can't sleep, and they've got diarrhea. My living room is a river of shit. The commissioner of buildings has subpoenaed to give me cause why the building should not be condemned. I am sicking the police on you, one who means it. Your stream got removed? Well, that's okay. We're almost done. Couldn't be from this, could it? Listen, I'll clean it up. Listen, F-head. What's with the 11 lords leaping on those maids and ladies? Some of those birds will never walk again. Those pipers ran through the maids and have been committing sodomy with the cows. All 23 of the birds are dead. They've been trampled to death in an orgy. I hope you are satisfied, you rotten, vicious swine. Your sworn enemy, Agnes. Law offices Badger, Bender, and Cahill, 303 Nave Street, Denver, Colorado. Dear sir, this is to acknowledge your latest gift of 12 fiddlers fiddling, which you have seen fit to inflict on our client, Miss Agnes McHolstein. The destruction, of course, was total. All correspondence shall come to our attention. If you should attempt to reach Miss Holstein at Happy Dale Sanitarium, the attendants have instructions to shoot you on sight. With this letter, please find attached a warrant for your arrest. Cordially, Badger, Bender, and Cahill. So that's the 12 days of Christmas. I hope you didn't, I hope you weren't offended, but I thought it was pretty, funny. So the 12 days of Christmas, my innocent mother, no, she didn't invent that. I mean, she copied that somewhere, but typed it all out. And I've had that for a long time. It's kind of hard to transition from that. Oh, you're not, okay. I hope nobody was offended. So it's kind of hard to transition. You loved it, good. Okay. Transition from that to watercoloring, but we are. I'm going to try to make a smooth, seamless transition from that to watercoloring. I think what I'm going to do is, let's do this. Yeah, I'll do that. This is B paper, watercolor paper. I'm just going to be right back. 1 second. Just give me, I have to check on something in the oven. I'll be right back. Oh dear. Oh dear. Got a little spillage. I could smell something burning. I have mac and cheese in the oven and it kind of spilled over. So now I can clean the oven. It looks good though. All right. So I'm going to, they're color cubes and they come in a box, and I guess I'll show you one real quick. I should have had it out. These things, Color Cube boxes. And so you pull them out, and then there's 500 total between the two boxes. So that's what I'm going to be. Oh, shit. That's a smoke alarm because of the smoke. Oh, Lordy. Oh, God. I don't know how to turn that off. It's okay, Lily. Is any? Oh my God! I know. Yeah, I opened the windows and the front door. Oh, let me go get that out of the oven, and then we'll do. Oh my God! We'll be talking about this one for a while, won't we? No, you should have seen the poor cat. The cat went crawling under the bed on her stomach. Let's see, I need to. Okay, good to see you. Everything's under control. The mac and cheese is out of the oven. It's not burnt. It just over spilled onto the base of the oven. So now the oven will have to be cleaned. All right. So that's where I'm getting the watercolors from. Oh my God. And I'm going to tape these off. And I was using that painter's tape, but that I don't like that, but because it pulls off the paper. So I found out, I saw somebody using washi tape. I mean, washi tape works really good. Be good. If you can't be good, be interesting. Oh, I like that. That's better than my mom used to say, if you can't be good, be careful. I think I like that better. If you can't be good, be interesting. I've been watching The Crown, and I just finished watching season 6 to get ready for the last season. I like to watch this season before to kind of remind me. Does anybody else do that when there's something like that? When there's something that's like comes out with different seasons, and they, you have to wait a while for the next season to come out. So you watch the one before to remind, well, at least I have to watch the one before to remind me what was going on. Let's see. It's Dad's has a smoke alarm, but outside the kitchen door. Yeah, I know some people have that problem. If their kitchen's really small and they're in a small place, it doesn't take much for the smoke alarm to go off. I was afraid that was going to happen. I mean, I could smell it, anyway. I should have put it on like a cookie sheet, so it wouldn't have. I didn't think it was gonna. I normally don't. I made too much, and I'll be eating it from now until Christmas, believe me. But I cooked too much macaroni. So I normally make a smaller amount that I cook in my toaster oven. So it'll be okay. It'll be fine. I can always take it to well, that's going to be really not too cool. Speaking of Christmas, I'm not streaming next Sunday because it's Christmas Eve and I won't be here. So, but the following Sunday, which is New Year's Eve, I will be. Come on, Ann. You know what? Let's just do these two and I can take the other ones. We're groping. Who are we groping in uniform? I worked in Seniors Million. If burnt toasting. Oh my gosh. Ah, best part of your job. Yeah, I hear you. Nothing like a man in a uniform. That's for sure. Let me see if I can't move this back. Like so. This keeps on falling off. Okay, I think that'll work a little bit better. Maybe. I'm going to be crooked because I can't. Let's see, can I straighten myself out? No. I've never been able to straighten myself. Yeah, it will be a merry little Christmas. Well, we're going to be crooked because we're just going to be crooked. You won't mind. All right. So these are the cards I picked that I thought I would do. I just picked them out randomly earlier. So this is what you get. You got these cards, and you can easily make your own. And so these are the colors that I'm going to use. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I was playing some Gregorian chant music the other day. Oh, that's so soothing. I only have one CD, but I can listen to it over and over again. So they give you the color scheme. So my goal is to use these colors. And then they give you like the range of these colors. So that's an auburn. To me, that looks like more of like a magenta. So I'm going to get out some paints here. And this is a magenta. And I'm probably going to be using mostly watercolor, but maybe some acrylic, some oil pastels, some watercolor pencils. I'm just going to go through my stuff and find the colors that I can match these colors the best I can. And that's kind of what I'm going to attempt to do. And believe me, it's going to be abstract. And this is the Art Nouveau watercolor set, by the Gambi set. And I'm hoping that some of these colors might be in here. This looks like this. So that looks like a really good match. This in here. So what I'm going to do is take this out. And I'll just take this pan out just like so. And I think that's a pretty good match. I think that's a really good match. All right. So I've got that. And is there anything else here? Ooh, no tangerine. Oh, maybe this might work. Let me get this one out. Ah. That looks like a pretty good match too for that. Yep. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, I guess that's it. So now I get some others out. My bigger set of Gambies. I love the Gambies. Right, not to be confused with Gumpy. Gumpy. Oh my God! When you said that, remember Eddie Murphy when he would play Gumpy on Saturday Night Live? Oh my God! Now this is a well-loved set. And I'm really hoping that I can find the rest of them here. Oh, look, there's the tangerine right there. That's pretty tangerine-y, right? And we need a pistachio. I don't have. I've got the blue, I got the tangerine, I got the magenta, I got the black. That's the timer going off saying that the dinner's done. And it is done. I think this is black. There's my black. And I need this. And I'm trying to think. Let me see. Yes, I started to say that. Yes, and I don't know. I get easily distracted. Yes, next Sunday I am part of the Streamathon and Mr. Robinson's. Yes, and if you're up, hopefully, well, Barbara, you'll be up because it's Easter and all those times are Easter. And I am bringing in the new year. I am streaming from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. And I have the honor of bringing in 2024. And yes, their drinking will be involved, just so you know. Oh, good, good. Yeah, I've been having a blast with the kitty stuff. Let me see. Well, the pistachio. That's kind of pistachio-ish, right? Even though it's gray. I think that's going to be close enough. Let's see. Because I don't have anything. Well, I wanted to use some of this anyway, so we'll use a little bit of that. And I might take this out too, because it's nice to have some of that. I've got, even though I have that. Yeah, all right. Okay. Close enough. Stick that over here. Oops. And I have another, let me see, I've got one more. It's okay, Lily. Poor Lily just came out. Speaking of Lily, I took her to the vet. Yes, it's a BYOB. Bring your own bottle. I have a little tiny bottle of Prosecco in the refrigerator, but I could open that on the new year. I've got this set of watercolors, so we might be able to get closer to that. But you know what? I really don't. I think that oil pastel is closer than any of this. Yeah. 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 I'm going to stick with what I got. Yeah. I mean, I could mix colors, but I'm not a good mixer. I don't know enough about colors to mix. There is I should have put that down on the list. Damn it. Excuse me. I should have put that down on my wish list. There's a really good color mixing book thing that the woman from Wonderlust uses. Let's see what we got here in Paul Rubens. This is well loved too. No. All right. Now, a lot of times And I'm following in. It is. It is. It is fun. And she does that in one of the Wonderlust December Care December. She does that. Well, I think I got everything out of this one I need. So I can put that down here on the floor. So that'll be easier. And then but a lot of times we're just going to do a little mark making before we really get rolling. So I'm going to take a charcoal pen. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a little kind of like this, a little mark making just to get started, so it's not just like so. Maybe do some mark making. And I'll have some stencils. And you have to always add gold. You have to have gold. And I'm going to use a big mop thing. I'm going to start with this color because I like this color the best. So I'm going to start with that color. And the water's way over there. So let's see. Just going to roll that in here. Like so. Got to bring the water a little bit closer. Okay. Let's try some of this. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, she is yeah. She is a skilled mixer. That is for sure. For sure. I like this color. Even though it's like, I like that color, but I like that. I don't want to put too much black in. Okay. These mop brushes, oh, they are just so much fun. You leaving, Barbara? Bye. Thanks for being here. This stuff is wicked. I normally wear that. I wear it very well. So let's just. Ooh. Ooh. A little bit much. No, that's okay. It's very colorful. This is that high flow. Andrea's here. High flow. Oh. Stick some of this in here. see if we can make some more marks. Ooh, I like that. Let's make some up here. Okay. Now I'm just gonna let me just dry there for a second, and then we're gonna get out some stencils and some gold. Got to have a little gold. I found last year's Christmas gel. Oh wow! That's great. I just, I watch people gel plate. I get it. I understand it. I just can't do it. And I'm going to say I can't do it yet because I really feel at some point it's just going to all come together, right? Isn't that kind of what happens? All of a sudden it works? I mean, I don't know. At this point, it's just not. And oh my God, what she did was amazing. And I even took the pictures. Yeah. And I guess I'm not hanging in there long enough. But what she did was she had black and white photographs. And I took some pictures. And then I put them in Google Drive, in Google Drawing, and I turned the colored pictures, I turned them into black and white pictures. And in that app, part of the Google whatever, right? You can change the colors, you can turn them black and white, and then you can adjust the contrast. And I adjusted the contrast and all of the different things, so I could make the picture real sharp and add more contrast. So I had some really pretty crisp black and white pictures with nice contrast. Yeah, I watch them all the time. Yeah. And alas, nothing yet. Someday, right? Someday I shall gel plate away. Someday. All right, I got some gold here. I'm going to add a little gold here, and then I think I'm going to do some line work. But what she did was they were photographs, right? Black and white. She put the black paint down, put the photograph down on the black paint. Didn't leave it down there very long. Pulled it up pretty quickly and left. And what was left behind was a beautiful negative, I guess, of the photograph. It was gorgeous. And then she let that dry. And then she got out acrylic paints and she painted on the plate, on the what ended up being on the, what was printed on the jelly plate, and an image transfer, right? And then what she did, what was called transfer painting. So she painted on the image, right? And then let that dry. And then she used gel medium over the top. I used a mixture of gel medium and white paint to go over it. Yep. And there's Freuly helped me also. Yep. I've watched them all. And then she had the pull, and with her pull, she ended up with a really cool kind of abstracty photograph. You can see what it was, but it just looks so cool. Anyway. Yeah, she does some really nice image. So I'm going to add a little gold, and I think we'll stick it up here in the corner, maybe. A little gold goes a long way, right? She's a scrubber. All right. Let me do a little more gold over here. All right. Okay. Now I think I need some. Let me do this. I've got some white space in here. It takes a while to just work out what's going to end up on the top. That's what she said. Yep, that's exactly what, yeah. I got some white spots here, so I think I'm going to just do some line work in here. I mean, this is a real mess. And I can't remember her name, the woman that I started watching that got me so inspired. I mean, I was out of bed at early first thing this morning and I had everything out and I was trying. And I didn't just do, I mean, I did quite a few. Let's see, to no avail. I'm not liking this, so I'm just going to do some of this. And I'm going to take this and kind of go like so, and then maybe do some of this. You probably can't see what I'm doing. And my camera's not. Hi, Nettie. How is you? Nettie has her passport now, so she can flee the country. Let's see. Maybe do something like this. I'm making a mess, Nettie. I mean, literally. I made a mess in the kitchen. My macaroni and cheese spilt over and it was burning, so much so on the bottom of my oven that the smoke alarms went off. So it's been quite the adventure. The cat, I scared the hell out of the cat. And I've made a bloody mess here. Hi, Beth. Oh, no. Wait a minute. A new doctor is starting all over again? With your shoulder, or are they're referring you to somebody else? I missed what you said. Let me see. Thank you, Janice. I've never seen Karen or Chili. All right, let's do the reveal and I'll try another one. Somehow the tape always makes it look better than it really is. You see the washi tape, because we all know that washi tape doesn't stick very well, which is a good thing. Because I've tried painter's tape and I've tried draftsman tape, and it has a tendency to pull the paper off the watercolor paper. So, yeah, I know. I know sometimes if you use a Hecom, the old doctor couldn't do it because he said, I need a shoulder block, and he is afraid I will stop breathing and have to go. What? Ah, Nettie, I'm so sorry. Oh, Lord. And how long is that all going to take? Could he at least, rush it, at least set up the appointment so you wouldn't have to wait as long? I hope they're doing that for you. That's the least they can do for you, is at least set up the appointment and tell them, hey. Oh, Nettie, I'm so sorry. It breaks my heart. Oh. Well, I know, yeah. And at least, hey, you got to give the guy credit. At least he knows his limitations. I've seen that where they've done a block, right, for pain, like a spinal. It's like, I think Roy had that done. Roy Bootsy had that done on his back. I mean, obviously, when he said that you might stop breathing, that would get your attention, right? But, oh. That is so, that is such a bummer. Okay, Champlain. How long do you have to wait before you see that guy, though? Well, obviously, you want to see somebody who that's all they do. Right. So that's kind of not happy with it. And I so like those colors, and I really well. I know what the problem was. That one color was not the right color. I'm going to try another one. Game. Let me do another one. I had a block for my knee replaced, and it was great too, but it was a short acting block. Yeah. I had general anesthetic for both my knees. And the mistake I made is I went to a doctor who was an arthroscopic doctor, right? And I asked him whether he did total knees or not, and the bastard said, "Oh yeah, I do total knees." He may have done maybe he did one a month, maybe one every couple of months, and he screwed it up. Thank you, J-Mac. And he totally screwed up my knee replacement surgery. So much so that eventually my kneecap ended up shattering. So my kneecap is floating around. And the only good thing he ever, oh, you're going to see him. Oh, okay. That's good. I'm gonna cut this. 9. Half of 9 is 4.5. And the only good thing the bastard did for me is when it came time to have a handicap parking thing, he ticked off permanently disabled. I've had so many surgeries on that knee. Oh my God. I went to one specialist in Orlando where he literally tried to knit the pieces, the shattered pieces of the kneecap back together again. Built a little wire cage around the kneecap, hoping that it would mend. Eventually the pieces would come together. Um, and then I was told by an orthopedic surgeon that you can live without a kneecap. Hi, Azur. I'm making them. We're talking about parts replacements. How far? How far a drive is that, Nettie, to Champlain? Is it Champlain? Not Champagne. Champlain. Good night, Andrea. Thank you for coming. Someone said goodbye. Well, I'm glad you see him Wednesday. I mean, with the holidays coming, it's going to be, you're going to have to, there'll be some downtime, but at least he's going to have an initial look at you. And hopefully, some doctors want their own x-rays because they don't like, so you probably have to have another set of x-rays. But at least he'll have your x-rays. At least he'll have some idea of what he's looking at, I hope. I know. Haven't seen. Oops, that's not gonna. I think she did have an MRI. I think I can't remember now. Jeez. Well, I didn't see. Did you say how long it takes to get from where you? Oh, 3 hours. Oof. All right. Yeah, when I had the one knee surgery, this is before I had the total knee. The doctor I saw was at the time he was the orthopedic surgeon for the Buffalo Bills. And eventually I ended up seeing a doctor in Rochester, New York, and Rochester's about 3 hours away. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that too. I've done the on my clothes. That works pretty good too. I'll get a new piece. Yeah. So I was in Rochester, and my ex-husband at the time, he just dropped me off and went home because it was 3 hours, and he came and picked me up when I was ready to come home, which was about a week later. That's back in the day when they would keep you. Jay Mack, thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful Christmas. And maybe you'll stop in New Year's if you're up later. Remember, I'm going to be bringing in the new year 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Not sure what I'm going to do besides uh-oh. Well, good luck, Gail. Good luck. I hope everything works out. It's too tight. Let's see. Gail, you have a con. I hope so. I'm not, she canceled something. Don't say that. Don't say that. All right. I'm going to, oops, pick another card and see if I can't make a better mess. Ugh. Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. Gail's a toughie. All right. Let's pick one right out of the middle. I canceled something. But you're not saying, and it's none of our business, but I'm wondering, is it something he ordered for you or something he ordered for himself? All right. Let's pick a card right out of the middle. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I'm not doing that one. I see hot pink. Oh, God, that's awful. Sorry. Can't do that. Can't do hot pink. I'm not a hot pink kind of gal. Trying to be random, but all right. Ooh, I like those colors. They're very similar to the ones. Yeah, I have it. Oh my God, aren't they almost? They are identical. Well, I'll do those again. Look how close these are to this. Are they the same colors? No, almost, but not quite. Oh. He defied her. Okay. All right. Be cool, Gail. Be cool. That's okay. We got orange. Aren't you glad? And we're going to get a brown. You don't see browns too often. You know? Oh, here's a brown. Look at that. Oh, there's a brown right here. See, I don't know now. Slate gray. That's not this. But that's dark teal. I don't know. They don't have the names on these, and I don't see. That to me looks like a dark teal. Well, we'll try it anyway. Orange, brown, dark teal, black, and there's that slate blue. And I'm pulling these out now. I don't know where they belong, whether they came out of this or not. They must came out of this because this. Oh, whoops, that was wet. Okay, let's see. We need a gray. That came out of here. Nope, no gray. And the one I probably was going to use went flying over there. And maybe we can find a gray in the, maybe there's a gray here we can use. Oh, wait, this is a gray. We'll use this. That's a gray. Close enough. All right. Okay. Oh, dear. I'm having a hell of a time, ladies. Have you noticed? That hasn't been easy. You know what I'm thinking? And thinking's not, I'm thinking I'm going to make some marks on it before I paint on it, if that makes any sense. Like a circle. Oh, I am blurry. Let's see. Let me see. It's autofocus is on. That sneaks on when you're not looking. It has a mind of its own. Is that better? Oh, yeah, that's better. I'm going to do this. No, this is not going to be. That's all right. We'll do it left-handed. Maybe that's even, maybe it'll be better if I do it left-handed, huh? It's okay, Lily. It's okay. I know. Trying to burn down the house. And I know the smoke detectors work. Now, I've made a major mistake here. Barbara Clark's going to call me on it. You got to have 3. You can't have 2. So I'm going to do like 3 of these. And we'll put a little one over here. There. Okay. Now, I don't think I want to add, because this is pretty wet. And I'm going to start with the brown, because I just think. It's an interesting brown, isn't it? Definitely brown. These mop brushes I love. I just got it. And it's just a mop. I'm rolling it in the paint just the way Denise Loves does it. But somehow, my result, I like that. That's a nice color. I really like that color. That is a neat color. I don't know, would you call that? I don't know. Oh, it's shadow green. Oh, they have an English name on them. I didn't know that. And this brown is Venetian red. Really? Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, I think this looks teal, doesn't it? Tealy? We got black again. Could mix the black with some. I don't have white watercolor. So I'm not going to, let's put a little black over here, just a little. Maybe a little up there, maybe a splat. All right. Oh, okay. Roll this in here, a little orange. Like that. All right. Oh, I know what I'm going to use. Hang on one second. Lily, I don't know what you think you're going to get, honey. I don't know. You've been fed. We need a gray, right? Well, we're going to use that. It's not gray. Is that a gray? I had all the colors out for my kitties when I was painting the kitties. Paint a cat. Well, we're going to use that because I can't. These are the Inktense pencils. Okay. And I'm going to do this. Gold leaf, yes. You can't go wrong with gold leaf, right? I'm going to do this, okay? And it's kind of brownish, but that's okay. We're just going to... I guess we're going to get some splatters too. Woo. Ooh. Why not? Some big splatters. There. And then we're going to add some gold, right? Boy, I can make a mess. This is even a bigger mess than the other mess. Rose gold, yes. I have Emperor's gold. And I have other golds, but not right here. And there is some gold. Ah, Lily. Wow. I've got nothing for you, baby girl. Let's just dry this up and then fill in some lines. And this is not, I'm looking at it. It's interesting. This needs something. It's okay. It is what it is. Yeah, she wants mac and cheese. I have a self-cleaning oven that I've never used. Because I very rarely ever use the big oven. I just bought a new toaster oven. My old toaster oven is 15 years old. It's a Cuisinart toaster oven, convection oven. So I just replaced it with a toaster oven, convection, and air fryer thingy that comes Tuesday. And this one is not, on a couple of occasions, it hasn't heated up. When I'm thinking it's heated up and it hasn't heated up, and you think your dinner's ready and it's not because the oven, I don't think I could stick that through there. No, we're going to do gold, right? We got to do gold. Stick it over here. Maybe, since this is messed up enough, why don't we really go all out and really do something big. Make a real mess of it and cover it. Oh yeah, I'm going in. Here we go, folks. We're going in, all in. If I can lift the damn thing up. See, it's all, let's see whether you can see that a little bit better. Come on, focus. I don't know why it's not focusing. No. Just doesn't want to focus. Hi, Christopher. It's nice to see you. I'm having all sorts of camera issues. What else is new? Oh, you can't see that. Oh, that's good. Come on, go away, will you? Oh, there you go. I'm just making a mess because I don't know what else to do. That doesn't look too bad. I mean, you can't see it because it's washed out. But I'm going to do it on the other side too. And then maybe you can draw some things around it with the pen. Now, if you want to see somebody draw, as we'd say on Long Island, it's Christopher. He's on every day, 2 o'clock. And he does a 1-page comic. But if you kind of give him an idea, he'll do, he'll take your idea and do something with it. I had an idea of when we were talking, I don't know how we got, well, it must have been, was it around Halloween? We talking about Frankenstein. And then I started thinking about the Bride of Frankenstein with her hairdo. And I thought maybe we could have Frankenstein as a hairdresser. And I think Christopher may have drawn Frankenstein as a hairdresser. I don't remember now. See, that's interesting. All right. So I got a lot of gold. I thought I would go around some of this stuff, but I don't know whether that's really going to be a good idea. But these things, this is so lost. Maybe do some stuff like that in the corners. And over here in this corner here, maybe go this way. Maybe be a little bit more careful. These are just, messes. But someone was kind enough to say that they like my messes. Kind of like that. Now I wish I had something over here so often, but I could do that, this. I don't know. Well, what do you think? Maybe do a little. Fill that in a little bit like that. That doesn't look too bad. Oh, you're doing this week. You did the Oh, okay. Cowboy Jamboree. Oh my God. All right, Nettie. Hey, listen, I'm thinking of you, and I hope you get some, help on Wednesday. At least they start the process. I really do. And I'm so grateful that at least you're seeing that guy on Wednesday and not having to wait until after the new year. It's so frustrating. I was scheduled for one of my knee surgeries. Oh, I was the first total knee that the guy fucked up. Excuse me. He canceled it the night before the surgery. He calls me at home and says, "Got to cancel." the prosthetic didn't come in. So I should have figured that was a bad omen to begin with. Bye, Julie. And now I got a letter from my health insurance company informing me that the prosthetic, the knee, one of the parts of the knee replacement mechanism has been recalled. And that if I have to have it repaired, that I don't worry, that all the costs will be covered by a third party that I guess takes care of those costs if when a medical part is recalled. And they said, if you're having trouble, contact the surgeon that did the surgery. Well, actually, that's not, I kind of like that. It looks, I'm going to do that over here and then I'll be done. So the guy that did that surgery, he's a bicyclist, a cyclist. And he was cycling down US 1 here in Florida. And someone hit him and kept going. It was a hit and run. And he was horribly injured. And I don't think he ever was able to go back to practicing medicine again. So I don't know. So I'm just hoping that nothing happens to that knee. The guy was a good surgeon. All he did were hips and knees. And he did lots of them. Okay. I'm calling that. Yeah, this is just, I'm going to leave it alone. I see a face in the right corner. You see a face in the right corner. In the gold? Or this right corner. I love it when you see faces and see things. I don't see. So. This is the funner part, I think, taking off the tape. The big reveal. It somehow makes it mo better. Whoopsie. Oh, look, the washi tape. I was bragging about the washi tape not taking the paper off, and it did. Well, I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful Christmas, or I guess Hanukkah's over, right? Happy winter solstice, December 21st. It's the shortest day of the year. And then from then on, minute by minute, each day gets a little bit longer. We've had some really crazy weather. I think Beth left, but Beth was in the middle of that. Happy Yule. Yeah. And is there a St. Nicholas Day? I guess St. Nicholas Day? Man in the Moon. Okay. Because my daughter in law gave my son a wild, really neat Dungeons and Dragons shirt. It was just awesome. And I got him a beautiful, beautiful book on D&D and the whole like history of role-playing games. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like I got him the deluxe edition, and it's like a tabletop thing. It's just so cool. I can't wait for him to open it. Hi, Dana. Because we play a D&D type of game online together every Saturday or Sunday. We spend a couple of days killing monsters and slaying all sorts of weird things. And it's an older game called Neverwinter, but it's D&D. David's been playing D&D since he was 12. So, all righty. That's the art mess for the night. And here's the first one we did. I say we, me. And I should be like Beth. I know what I'll do. I'll cut them in half this way and put them on some black cardstock and turn them into a card. And you may end up seeing this in your mailbox someday as Happy Mail. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm wishing you again a wonderful holiday, and be safe. And remember, if you're around, I will be ushering. I am so excited. I'm going to be ushering in the New Year's on the Streamathon that's being hosted by Miriam and Raul. I have the 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. slot. And so I will be bringing in the new year, watching the Times Square ball drop. I was there once to see it live, and once was enough. And drinking will be involved, so just so you know. So hopefully I'll see you next Sunday night starting at 11. So as my mother used to say, as you all know, if you can't be good, be careful. Or I like this one even better. If you can't be good, at least be interesting. I thought that was a good one too. All right, folks. So long. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate your company and your support. Bye. Yes, we can toast.